Yeah, the website is, our website's cashflowguys.com. Obviously, I started before Joe was involved. The game we did, the cash flow game was put out by Robert Kiyosaki. If any of you have ever heard the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, and what he teaches, and you guys are all going to probably strangle me, is that your house is not an asset, because assets put money in your pocket. Liabilities take money out. You buy a $300,000 house, you move into it, you're not getting any cash flow out of that. So we teach people how to buy real estate and hold it for long-term wealth, or long-term cash flow. And that's why you see a lot of the training materials that we put out. We mention a lot of the stuff that Larry teaches, because Larry's a buy and hold investor. He's investing for long-term wealth as are we.
Also, real quick, I wanted to mention before another question comes in, I was talking about the Tampa Bay business owners. There had a lot of people sign up on the sign-up sheet, so thank you for that. We're going to call all of y'all on Monday and give you some information on that, but I forgot to mention on Tuesday at 2:30 to 4:30 at the iHeartMedia station on Gandy, we're having our intro to TBBO event. We do those every month, so that is going on Tuesday. If you'd like to attend that, please just come on out. Again, 2:30 to 4:30. iHeartMedia building, which is at 4002 West Gandy Boulevard. And for those of you that are there, that is the radio station that I broadcast the show from. So I'll give you a tour of the radio station. That's where 93.3 is, 970, 98 Rock, 103.5 Country. It's a huge building. So again, 2:30 to 4:30, you're welcome to come out to that. This Tuesday coming out, yes.
Anybody on the board, are you aware of any pitch sessions that are local where investors and sellers or brokers can attend, other than the G-Tar, people once a month? But are there any forums locally that you're aware of? Yeah.
Oh, pitch, no, I run the weekly meeting in it's Pinellas Park, 49th. That is nothing but a pitch session. That is a networking group, never speakers, never, it's just, you've got a deal, you want to move it, others there are looking for deals. We start the meeting with what I call shameless commercials. Because we've got people that do credit repair, they're electricians, they do evictions. They pitch their wares. Then we go into who's got any property to pitch. Because we've got several investors that bring in anywhere from 1 to 10 properties every week. After that, it's if you're looking for something specific. You know, some people, one guy wanted palm fronds for something, another one wanted a ceramic tile guy, somebody wanted a roofer. After that, we have a session that's called Any Questions, Discussion, or Do You Want to Whine About Something? So, we get a few whiners. So, it's every week, and there's a lot of investors there, some agents, but everyone is always welcome. 7 o'clock every Monday night, including holidays. I start every meeting that I've had over 16 and a half years by saying, this is an integrity-based meeting. If you're here to take advantage of someone, or you're here to screw somebody, pick up your shit right now and get out, because you're not welcome here. If I don't say that, they make me, because it sets the tone. It lets any dirtbag that comes in the room know we're watching that.
I think I just figured out how to start the next BABA. That's awesome.
So there's a few more meetings besides Larry's, because eventually you get sick of looking at this ugly face every time. But on Thursday mornings on 34th Street in St. Petersburg is the Creative Real Estate Exchangers. If you really want to learn about real estate investing, and you can sit still and keep your mouth shut for about 3 hours, you will get the best education that your time can buy going to that meeting. Some of the greatest minds in real estate are at that meeting. They are all located in the Tampa Bay area. It starts at 9 o'clock and it runs usually until about noon. Peter Fortunato, who's a local legend in real estate investing that Larry was talking about earlier, he's basically the co-host, Larry, I guess is what you call him. Wayne Arnold and a couple others that really, they know their game. They know exactly what they're doing. They're experts in their field. And most importantly, they're willing to help. But don't walk in there with a fistful of business cards expecting to get listings. It's been done. Ask me how I know.
Denny's on 34th Street, St. Petersburg, and 50th Avenue, north. I wanted to say, one of the meetings, a guy come in, see, it's about trading to get what you want. A guy come in with meteorites. He had bought meteorites, but the people he bought them from, they were appraised. He made a deal, he couldn't sell them on eBay. So he come to the meeting. He wanted to trade. So what he did was he traded with another investor that had a vacant lot. He traded the meteorites for the lot. See, we don't care about having equal value. But he traded the lots, got the lot. Now, the guy that got the meteorites doesn't have the agreement with the people, so he can sell them on eBay. But the guy converted something he couldn't sell into something he could sell. And he probably ended up trading that lot for a down payment on a house.
I don't think a 1031 exchange was involved in either.
No, not at all.
How about we start the next BABA? I'll choose a few agents that have some really nice listings that are registered for the next ones. And let's do 3 or 4 pitches to begin the meeting in Madera Beach. And if they're beachfront properties, that's even better, because we're going to be focusing on how to sell them and how to get those listings.
I'd like to hear from each of the panel. If you had, let's say, a 25-year-old child, and someone near to your heart, who said, hey, I have $100,000 and I want to do something in real estate business, what would your advice be?
Buy a property from me. No, seriously, flipping is our game. So I probably would line up a private lender and work on getting a good deal and use that private money and then the money that they have to finance the gap between what a hard money lender would actually finance the property for and what you need to actually do renovations and put down payment, and then use that money to generate income. Typically, our model for the last 11, 12 years has been to generate our income by flipping properties and then use that money to invest into long-term holds like some of the advisors are talking about. So where we make our cash is flipping and where we place those into long-term projects. So that's what I would do. Use it to start making more money.
$100,000 to keep his cash flow. I would say probably a fourplex or a duplex somewhere in there's many parts of East Tampa, things that you can put, a good Section 8 tenant in where you don't have to worry and chase rent, and the income's going to continue to come in, because if they screw up, they lose their Section 8 voucher. So there's plenty of opportunities that you can buy under $100,000 to do that in cash flow aggressively.
I would take about 10% of the money and invest in my education to learn more about real estate investing, so I don't get burnt and lose the other 90. I would take half of what's left and use it to pay my bills while I was out in the field actually pulling triggers and putting deals together. And then the last part of the money that was left over, I would use it as down payments for cash flowing assets. And that's exactly what Joe and I have done.
Well, did you hear my example when I'm working with the Hispanic market? If they had 100,000, they can control $1 million worth. See, I don't believe in putting all your money in one deal, because if it goes bad, you lose it all. Diversify. And I agree with him. If you've got a son or a daughter or whichever, buy them a duplex or a 3 or 4-plex, let them live in one of the units and rent the others out to pay for the asset so it doesn't cost them anything. But I would try to buy it on terms. I believe in terms. Paying cash is great if you have the money, but if you spend your money, it's gone. So you want to think about conservation of cash too, because not everybody's completely backed by big money people.
Well, I've got a pretty high risk tolerance, so I would say buy 5 homes at 100 grand a piece and put 20% down on each of them and start making money. And that's it. No, and then the kids still live with you. Have them rent for it. Give them the duplex.
Yeah, they took my idea down there. The duplex was one of the early ideas that my father gave to me. Although I never did it, I did explore it in my early 20s, trying to find a duplex. A great way to pay your mortgage on the other side, and then also to stress, $100,000. I mean, that's 4, 5, 6 different properties that you could get right there. Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Does anybody have a teenager that's going to go off to college? Did you ever think about going where they're going to go to college and buying a house with a lot of bedrooms? Don't tell anybody that the kid owns it. Let them just be kind of like the overseer. Let them rent the bedrooms. That will give them money to live on. Do that for all 4 years, and it'll give them living money. When it's done, you can sell the asset to pay off their student debt, or a major portion of it. I know people that do that anytime they've got a child going to school. So it's just a good idea, and it's a way to pay for their college without you having the burden.
I remember I had that idea when I was 19 years old down in Lakeland. I went over to Palm Harbor Homes and tried to buy one of those mobile home things for $40,000. I only had a couple $100, but I applied, and that was my reasoning. I was like, shoot, I could rent out 3 rooms to 3 of my friends and pay that mortgage payment. So, but I didn't have the credit or the money at the time, but I tried.
And to that point, I have several investor friends that are buying houses in the area of the VA hospitals. They want them with at least 4 bedrooms. They rent the bedroom to veterans. They each pay like $500 a month. They charge that, and they hire someone to come in once a week, clean the place, and do their laundry. But they're getting 2 or 3 times the rent they would normally get to one family. It's just another idea how you can get more cash flow out of your properties.
Yes?
So, speaking of education, Tyler mentioned, what would you advise someone who was interested, again, let's talk about this 25-year-old who was interested, what would your advice be, whether it's a book, whether it's, some sort of class or something like that, what would you advise as far as someone getting educated and how to invest in real estate?
Nobody that has a $5,000 to $40,000 coaching program how to be a wholesaler, because you're going to get nothing. Most of us up here on the panel can teach you how to be a wholesaler in 15 minutes. But those people today that are out there, I just don't think that's the best way to invest your money into their education.
Yeah, stay away from those programs. I remember Carlton Sheets' no money down system. I've seen that program on the floor of more foreclosures than any other system in my life as a realtor. That's a true story. So stay away from some of those programs.
I'd start Chevelle with, and this course is self-serving, but start listening to podcasts. And a lot of people don't even know what podcasts are, but podcast is recorded. Think of it like radio that's recorded. It's free. You get to speak to, or you get to listen to experts. Robert Kiyosaki, some of these big name people that have done it. Larry Harbold is probably start his podcast here soon. We've already started recording for that for him. Great source of information. All the Rich Dad series of books, I think there's about a dozen of them now. You can get them on Amazon for $3-4 a piece.
And that's in any topic. I mean, you go to iTunes, there's tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of different podcasts and all kinds of different genres of information. So it's really starting to take off. A lot of people are starting to do that. So yeah, iTunes and they're all free.
Yeah, to add to that, like next weekend, what I found out the hard way was after traveling the country, going to all these real estate seminars. I've been out to California, I've been to Texas, I've been everywhere going to these different seminars. The true experts in the education field are right here in the Tampa Bay area. And I'm not saying that because I happen to be sitting next to one of them. He's just one of them. John Shaw, Peter Fortunato, Jay Turner, experts in the field, their courses are less than your commission on a $50,000 house. And the skills that I've learned in their courses, launched Jill and I, we've had 26 doors now. We have more passive income than most halfway decent real estate agents make selling houses, killing themselves, working 18 hours a day. And that all came from a local education. So it's here locally, just you gotta take advantage of it. Peter Fortunato was one of them.
We'll get them all posted on
Yeah, we'll get them on there.
Peter's at my meeting every week.
John Shaw is another one. He's over in Sarasota, I believe. And Jay Turner, he's also over in Sarasota.
Jimmy Napier,
Yeah, Jimmy Napier,
and Chipley.
he's in Chipley. He's got a program of, what is it, the top 70? Yes, I did. Mind-blowing.
Cash flow ideas.
70 cash flow ideas. You want to talk about some creative ways to invest in real estate or just earn cash flow? I'm addicted. I mean, it's amazing. I did.
Highly recommend that.
Everybody out there is supposed to be, oh, I'm an investor. I read it about.
Yes.
Everybody thinks they every day, oh, how many houses an investor, how can they look for their things and nobody knows. So, because it seems to be saturated with investors, how long do you foresee, there actually being a sort of market that you especially see why and think all these things are
Yeah, typically when everybody's an investor, that's the first time that it's starting to get frothy. Tampa is a little bit further behind Miami. But again, look at this historical data. We typically look at where the median price peaked last time, where it is right now, and where we think it's going to peak next time. That's where we're really judging that. It's really based off, in my opinion, the real estate, all of the factors being stable, it's down to average median price and affordability. And as the median price rises, affordability goes down. And so that's where the whole thing starts to hit a peak point, and it gets frothy, and at that point, people stop paying, and at that point, we'll have a reset. The good news is in this particular market, it doesn't look like a lot of the no money down stuff is coming in until later. Even then, they're still screening borrowers pretty heavy to make sure that they've got good credit, but they are extending those low down payment loans. So it doesn't appear that it'll be more of a reset than a crash, I think, this particular time. I'd say 20%. It's going to be a 20% reset, probably starting to happen in the next 3 months. That'll be my thought. I think we'll probably get another 6 months out of Miami because the fact we've got all the foreign borrowers, based on our study of the last crash, it really crashed here in Tampa Bay in 2006. It took about a year after that before it crashed in Miami. The prices actually peaked a year later in Miami than in Tampa. That's due to all the foreign investment. Basically, the music had stopped. There's no chairs left. They didn't realize that in Miami until about a year later. Yeah, there's no that's big amigos. Everyone's fine. But actually, I do have an office in Miami. It's a very good market for us right now. We also recognize it as a shelf life. Not because of the fact that it's so competitive. It's your acquisitions. If you're a flipper, that's where you make the money. You make the money to buy. For a long-term hold, if you don't buy right, you save a lot. You can make good money if you buy it. Your cash flow is great. For a flipper, you have to buy right away because you're basically paying rent for real estate. Well, and that's it. And that's why we take the numbers I gave earlier. We get on the hundreds, but we get to because we don't want to invest there to where we have price tag. It's part of the calculator. We underwrite deals at 15%. We actually expect that's net after 10 years, all of the fees. So that's how the gross selling price. So if we buy something for $100, we're at, but we might sell it for $200, we're basically 10% off on the $200. For anyone here who's investing, you should get the license because that's something I did 10 years ago. It's that's my crystal ball. But that's my crystal ball.
Can I give you some food for thought? Because I think differently than most people that are buying real estate. So I decided I would check to see what the average two-income family earns in the Tampa Bay area annually. And I found the average two-income earning family, average, that means as many below as above, but the average earned right around $60,000 a year. Okay? $60,000 a year. Let's say you used a 30 percentile affordability towards their housing. What's 30% of 60,000? 18,000. So they've got annually 18,000 to apply to their housing if you use 30%. And I know a lot of them go higher, and I know liar loans are bad. But if you take that 18,000 divided by 12 months is how much? $1,500 a month. So if you put that into a calculator, and let's say they're paying 6%, 30 years, they can afford $1,500 a month. But wait a minute, you got to deduct taxes and insurance. So let's deduct 25%. Excuse me. You got about $1,125 left. So put the payment at $1,125 and solve to see how much that will finance. See, we usually start with this is what we want for the house. What's the payment going to be? I start with the payment to see how much it'll finance. If you got $1,125 a month at 6% 30 years, you can only afford a $170,000 property, maximum. That's why I have focused on that market, 150 to 180, because I have more buyers and more sellers in my own market. But think about the area you're in, determine the average income there, and work it backwards. Will give you a better idea of the price range of the affordability of the houses in the area that you're farming.
Yes. Yeah, the question is, can you get an owner's policy from the bank or an REO property? Yes. They should be. They do. Yeah. So if it's a bank-owned property, the scenario we were talking about before is the bank has foreclosed and you go in and purchase the property at the courthouse steps. And if the bank has purchased it from the foreclosure themselves, which is extremely common, then that title company is going to use probably a special warranty deed to convey the title to you. And the difference between general and special warranty deeds, general warranty deed means I promise that there are no problems for the past with this title period. The special warranty deed is I promise no problems have been created during my ownership of the property, which isn't very long for a bank typically, but the title underwriters see that as a much more comfortable scenario for them to insure the owner's policy. So yeah, that buyer in a typical scenario will have full coverage.
And as a general rule of thumb, if the property is in the MLS, you're going to get an owner's policy, you're going to get a clear title, and if you're not, you're going to know about it. So you're not going to close something out of the MLS, unless, mistakes happen, but they're not going to convey a property with a bad title without you knowing it.
All right, so what we're going to do now is clear these tables and get ready for the champion builder, Larry Beecham, to teach you some stuff about Facebook that you don't know. Maybe this guy will shut the hell up at some point. Not Larry, but the guy in the ceiling. And after that, we're going to go down box number 62, maybe 64. It's an 8-seat box. It's the ITA box. We'll enjoy a couple races and smoke a cigar. And I've got a couple of announcements after Larry's done. So.
And I want to thank all of you guys for being patient and listening to what I had to say, because I know I'm outside the box, but thank you so much for your time and your patience.
See, it all comes back.
She's packed and ready to go. Yeah, this one's very size. Very well, he after a while, very bad. And then he decided to try to matter to oh, it is. He actually oh, it's not far away. Yeah, I've been there like a bunch of times. One of my friends works at the work there, so I can get to get there. The last time I was there, I did a personal private, my brother and I did like a private tour. That was even better. Just the three of us guys. It has been someday, I really interesting in here. Right. Oh, right now he's doing sales of cell phone and tablets. That's so much sort of process of giving them about got the, well, that's a lot of 20. Yeah. Bye. Thank you. Take care. It's really rewarding.
this options. It's like it's a way to kind of secure things without being pulled out of risk. So you're controlling everything and owning nothing, you know?
Yeah, yep. Same road. He went to work with him for a couple summers while he was in high school. No, but he is, loves it. He loves it. That is his